Alright, welcome back to another episode of Endie's Kingdom. I know it's been a while since the last episode. I took a little break from Minecraft to play other games, like I started a Baldur's Gate playthrough with my friend I've been posting online about, and I just haven't been playing very much Minecraft lately, but I'm going to try to make it a consistent thing where I play a little bit of Minecraft every week. So I have eventually accumulate enough footage to make a new video for. For the past couple weeks I've been building a Firewatch tower for the little forest over there that I'll show off. I guess I might as well bring YOLO with me, why not? I say this whole area should be lit up and safe from mobs, but if it turns nighttime I'll just head to sleep. I think I've done a couple things since the last time I recorded. Like I think this house is just about finished. I added a whole bunch of plants to all the windowsills. Yeah, today I'm going to show off the area over there. I called it, I think it's Farmer's Rest. It's just like a little forest area that's like at the very edge of all the kingdoms here. As you can already see in the distance, there's that Firewatch tower that you saw in the beginning. And that little intro you saw at the beginning, I'm probably going to do that more often, have like little cinematic showcases of all my builds. Instead of showing you like my trial and error process of building it, I'm just going to like give a little tour of each of my builds from now on, with that little like cinematic intro. I think it fits like the vibes I want to go for more. There's a couple ways to get over there. There's this main path here that goes to the church. There's like a little offshoot next to the cemetery here. And there's a little path that goes right. And it goes over this river here. But the other entrance will be behind the barn here. Now, I haven't quite finished over here yet, but it's just going to be more farmland. Like all of that down there is just going to extend all the way to this wall I'm going to build, and it's going to go up to those like little hills over there. And there's going to be a main path that goes along here, over to the more formal entrance, over this little bridge, to Farmer's Rest. I just wanted to make like a little pretty, like little forested area where people can go and like relax and chill. There's another little bench here. I think I showed that off before, the little pond with a boat in it. Originally this tower is supposed to be just a little like observation house with a little tower connected to it. But once I realized how little space I had between the wall and the trees here, I decided to make a Firewatch tower because it would just make sense. Because on the other side of this wall is just like a huge dark oak forest that goes literally all the way to the horizon. I thought it would be a good idea to do some world building here. Like they have the Firewatch tower here, so if there's any fires, this guy will watch out for them and be able to warn everybody before it catches to like the main civilization here. Of course, as I saw before, there's a little split path here for like, I think it's, yeah, 4-way path. You go this way, goes down to this like really deep lake with this boat, probably picking up buried treasure. You can flap one of these down to get on. And eventually, once I build like the catacombs, there's gonna be a little window there we can look out. Well, that's gonna be not for a little while until I work on that again. Something that I really am proud of this build are a lot of the sight lines you get with the tower. Like a lot of how a lot of those leaves are, they leave some open room for the sky to show, and like the tower fits in perfectly in a lot of spots, like right here when you're about to approach it. It looks really good. And if I go past the main entrance here, there's this really impressive view. I think it's, yeah, between these two trees, the tower literally fits in like perfectly. So it makes you, once you see it, you're like, oh wow, I don't know, what is that tower? I want to go see that. So like as you're walking, it like catches your eye perfectly. I'm just like really proud of that. The working on sight lines is a big deal for like making the world feel like really interesting, in my opinion. Like no matter where you look, my goal in this world is no matter where you look, you'll be able to see like some sort of landmark or man-made something. And this tower can be seen like all the way from like the border between the other areas. I'll show that off at the end once we actually go over there. I don't remember if I showed this off, but this is the main like one of the side entrances to the whole kingdom here. Just this like little gate tucked away in the middle of the forest. And I built a little cart down here. So it's just like people are bringing stuff in and out. And since this is the farming area, there's like some wheat they're bringing out. And I already laid the groundwork plans because there's this interesting like landform over here, where it's like a cliff overlooking some waterfalls. I think it was. Oh no, yeah, this is like sheer cliff. I thought it'd be a good idea to have like a cool idea to have like this path going next to it. Eventually, everything outside of the city walls, I'm not gonna make too perfect. Like I'm not gonna cut down this forest and build a man-made trees like I have everywhere else. This is just gonna be a little wilderness where I just build random paths that connect things out here, points of interest and whatnot. Because over there, way over there, is the village I got my first villagers from, and the desert where the villager outpost is. So I'm definitely gonna have to like build a path that goes all the way over there. Because in the meantime, I've just been taking like there's a river around my house that connects over there, and I've just been taking it by boat. Having multiple ways to get there would be pretty cool. Anyway, back to the Firewatch tower. This crossroads, you take a right. It leads to this path that goes to the staircase that goes up to it. These stair parts took a little while to figure out. I had to like look up online like actual Firewatch towers on Google Images to kind of figure it out. But I'm really proud of how they turned out. I was originally going to use fences since you could see through them, but using the stairs and slabs and stuff ended up looking better in the long run. So you head up here. It gets more and more narrow as you head up. And up here, this little living area. It's heavily inspired by well, I'm sure real life Firewatch towers like this, but like that game Firewatch Tower or Firewatch, where the guy goes on like little adventures. I think he falls in love with like this lady called like Deborah or Deborah or something with a D. Yeah, I really like that game, and that was like heavily inspired this whole Firewatch idea that I wanted to put here. Yeah, he has a little bed, crafting table if he needs to make stuff, some barrels and chests for storage with his own little telescope up there. And this is the Limesfield Firewatch map. Actually, I think this is like one of the first maps I made of this world, where I actually like mapped out this square. I wanted it to be mostly map of the forest, since that's what his job is to watch the forest and like see if there's any fires out there and know his way around. So instead of like being the actual interesting stuff, it's just this random forest out here. And very awesome, or very interestingly, is you can see the I've showed it off a couple times, but there's an island over there that I plan on building like a big rich mansion on. And I didn't realize like how perfectly, like how interesting the island is. Because you can kind of see like it's split off into two islands with that big bridge connecting them. This is kind of neat. And then once I've got it all done, all of that forest will be gone, and it'll just be a big mansion there. I'll have to update this map. But for now, I'm just gonna keep it like this. So that was a fun little thing, exploring this map and filling it out and seeing what things look like. Now this little trick I probably saw on like TikTok or something, but if you put chains and then a floating flower pot with a plant, it looks like it's just hung up like those fancy plants you see in houses. Like it looks like those hanging pots, even though they're not technically connected, it looks like they are because the sapling goes high enough. Anyway, I couldn't put an actual door here because it would look kind of odd, so I put these trap doors. So it's just kind of open up here, which I think looks pretty cool. And he can use that telescope, and he can look out on this huge forest. And I say it literally goes as far as the eye can see. I think it turns into like, yeah, there's some birch forest, and then in that direction is a spruce forest with a village over there, which I have not like gone to like at all. I think I went there like once, but other than that, that whole village is like untouched. So once I start building more in that direction, I'll probably take the villagers from there and transport them over there in that direction. And something I can't exactly show off from here is like I just put some little stuff on the roof, like there's a weather vane thing and a green flag. Was that little green flag? It looks really bad up front or like close up, but from far away it looks amazing. It literally looks like a waving flag. I'll have to show off what things look like from far away. And big brain move on my part, I put hay, or I put, oh yeah, I think they're called hay bales on the bottom here so you don't take any fall damage when you drop off. I say a funny little like reference to Assassin's Creed turned into like an actual like, useful feature here. Yeah, I think this whole Farmer's Rest is completely done. The wall could use some decoration. Oh, and I almost forgot. Speaking of which, this cave that used to like just go straight down, I blocked off. Put little like stairways down here. And instead of making it go straight down, I made it go kind of through and back up above ground. And then this hole was already here. I built a big ladder that goes down to this last cave area down here. Oh, hello pillagers. Y'all are trapped, so I'm not gonna worry about you. Yeah, my thought process was like I said, originally that was supposed to be like an observation building, like some I don't know what the exact term is, archaeologist or paleontologist was working here, and that was his boat, so he was looking for stuff underwater. And he has this whole setup here where he goes into the cave. But instead I chose the Firewatch Tower, and these things are just kind of relics of my old ideas. Maybe the Firewatch guy is also a paleontologist or whatever, or archaeologist, and he does these things. And now you have to fill in the gaps there. I'll eventually write my own lore. Like once I build the actual like main city up there, I'm gonna have a library. I'm gonna write a bunch of books explaining all the lore of all these things. Yeah, I think that's just about everything I wanted to cover in this episode. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I think next episode, well, I don't know what I'm going to build yet, but I look forward to the next episode, whatever I end up building for it.